Sarah's boyfriend has a mouthful of animal crackers. He just ate Hump Day.
Hump Day? It's the best commercial, I'm telling you. Between that and the Bears grilling in the back of the plane, the super fans from Saturday Night, we know who you are. Just kind of double check. I love football.
It's not that we watch too much TV.
I just watch a lot of sports.
Yeah, they show a lot of things during the game.
I have animal crackers all up in my teeth.
It's just an animal cracker homicide over here. All right, Angie's husband, and this. Did you see that he did that last time on Fic? That Jay actually labeled us?
I want to know if he spelled Sarah's name right. I think got an H or not. He shouldn't have an H.
I don't know. I didn't look. But now, if it did, now it's just going to be a longer thing over you. Sarah without an A. Angel's boyfriend. It'll be a whole thing.
You don't have to do that. Just cover me up with
Just put an H with the no sign behind Shaun.
I want to eat this animal cracker so bad, but I got to talk about books.
It's rough that we don't do an animal cracker tasting show.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Where I'm like, I can't.
Oh, he doesn't have the head though.
I can't taste the animal crackers. I'm reading a comic. we can switch it off. All right, this is Revenge of the Animal Cracker, live on film for the internet to enjoy. And I need him to not be dead because the first book is him. He's kicking us off. I can pull out Little Gotham, I guess. You heal. Batman Little Gotham was a lot of fun, as always. There's so much Damien in here, and it just breaks my heart because
I'm not playing something good
because it's Damien. So you have the Mother's Day and Father's Day, right? Mother's Day involves Damien. Is this kid? Did you read this? Is this Colin kid actually in the regular? He's like the Scarecrow kidnapped him. He's an orphan. The Scarecrow kidnapped him and gave him Bane venom, and now he has like superpowers. Is he just in this, or is he in the actual comic?
I'm guessing he's just in that.
He's friends with Damien in this, and they would have made a great duo, and I think it would have been awesome. Also, the Father's Day.
Is it about Gordon and Barbara? Because that's what it looks like.
It's even better than that. Barbara and Commissioner Gordon go out to dinner for Father's Day, but the restaurant double booked, and they don't have a table. But someone volunteers to let them share a table. But that someone is Talia and Raz. But then other rival ninjas try to poison the table. Meanwhile, back at the Bat House, Batman and all the Robin boys are trying to cook for their father figure, Alfred, and they're basically, poor Alfred is just out on the phone calling Babs because I just want you to know I've labeled you my emergency contact. So the whole thing is just awesome. It's awesome.
It's the second to last issue of Lock and Key. It's so good. So, it's so sad. So at the very end of Omega, everything that could go wrong went wrong. Alpha pretty much, there's two parts of Alpha. This is part one. It's like 40, 50 something pages. It's a thick book. But at the very end, it doesn't get much better. Everything's pretty much still with shit. There's a couple of things that get fixed, not too many. It's just, there's a lot of emotions when reading this book, and I can't wait for the last graphic novel to come out so I can read them all again and do a fix special on them. Why should I do that?
The Lock and Key retrospective.
Just go buy all the Lock and Key, all of them ever. Red Sonja.
Red Sonja number 3, so good. We get some flashbacks. Sonja's got the plague, and she ends up flashing back to childhood and the day she earned the name, Red Sonja, the She Devil, and how she became this devil, and her vengeance for her family. And it's really, really, really good. And the art is gorgeous. And this cover, look at it.
I was just holding the cover up.
And you know what? There's another cover that I just get the ones they send me. And this cover is gorgeous, but I was torn. Because did you see the other cover is Pia Guerra? And that's just a gorgeous cover. This is gorgeous. Magic Hands. Show the page with both of the covers side by side there. You can see they're just gorgeousness. And I was torn. But
is a penguin
in this book?
I think it is.
And then there's an ending cliffhanger of holy crapness proportions that you can only assume is going to get better because there's a number 4. But nonetheless,
Incredible Hulk number 13.
Indestructible Hulk.
He's incredible in my mind, alright?
He's incredibly indestructible.
Whatever you want to go with.
He's the adjective collecting Hulk. Oh, this is still doing with the timeline.
Listen,
and
English teacher. Calm down.
So I unpacked my adjective.
I'm not giving you the book after that. You don't get to hold the books anymore.
But that's how I remember things.
No. You lose that privilege after that song.
It's like the anachronist or the chronicler. He's this time terrorist alien, but he's in multiple places, and every time they think they got him, there's one more. And at this point, it's Hulk fighting first against Camelot and then for Camelot. And Banner is still floating in that. Banner's consciousness, or at least Banner's thought process, is in this little floaty robot, so you can have Banner and the Hulk at the same time. And he has to keep pissing the Hulk off to keep him mad. So you've got this little robot that like explains everything, figures everything out, and periodically has to just like taunt the Hulk to keep him mad so that it's going. He's good.
Rachel Rising.
That's my review.
Is that real? You really just did that?
Yeah.
Have you always been able to do that?
I have many, many strange sounds that I can make, but yeah, holy crap, this book is good.
Did like Hollywood come to you for soundboard effects?
No, but people always tell me that I missed a whole voice acting sound thing that I never knew how to get into. Otherwise, I'd be doing that, and it'd be better for you guys, internet, because you wouldn't have to see me. There'd be animated, better things, and I'd be, in a studio. But holy crap, that book is good.
Black man. He's angry.
He's an angry man.
It's sad.
And it starts...
So it's sort of an origin?
Yeah, it starts
Then it becomes
with...
a revenge tale.
It starts with Amanda Waller asking him the question, so all you are is anger at what Aquaman did to your father. What would happen if something happened to Aquaman? If Aquaman was dead, how would you handle all that rage? Well, apparently...
He would take his trident and walk. He would go home.
No, but he goes...
He goes to a grave.
Instantly gets pissed off at... He's like,
Ultraman.
okay, I'll just be mad at someone else. So yeah, Black Manta has now chosen Ultraman to be his archenemy.
So the best part is everyone... Jared specifically said, it's like, push the moon. It's going to happen with the tides. It does make sense. Science. Like, oh, it happened.
Tides. Also, I think one of the greatest moments in the Forever Evil is a silent moment of just Black Manta and Ocean Master just at their lockers getting their effects
I just
out.
look at each other like, meh.
I also think it's a bizarre coincidence that this prison just happened to put Black Manta and Ocean Master's stuff next to each other. They're labeled, clearly it's not alphabetical order, there's no rhyme or reason. They just decided, fish guys, we'll put them over here.
Useless villains. Over in this corner.
Yeah, Calendar Man.
Somewhat useless villains are in this corner.
Calendar Man is actually in his locker.
Trigon.
It was good, but Marv Wolfman wrote it, and Marv Wolfman made these guys, so it was good.
He's going to write Superboy. There goes that book.
You kidding? That'll be the best. Think of who's been on the book. You can go Scott Lobdell to anything, and it's a jump up.
He's super old. He should not be writing comics anymore. He is not with it. The same reason George Perez shouldn't be writing comics anymore. He doesn't get it. Just stick to what you know. Draw comics. Write older Teen Titans stories in that graphic novel form that came out. Don't write new stuff.
That was still good.
You also think another book that I can't mention anymore is good. Because I can't say bad things in the show anymore. I'm not allowed to have opinions.
I'm the man, and I'm oppressing you.
Killer Frost.
Was actually really good.
I don't believe you.
No.
Shut. No. This book didn't exist.
No, I loved the character of Killer
God.
Frost anyway, from old school Firestorm, and they did a lot of stuff really well, so I was happy with this. And it turns out I didn't know who wrote it anyway. I just ordered it because it was...
No one knows who wrote any of these books. They don't
Sterling
put them on the
Gates,
title.
so it was très bien. And this one breaks the mold. There's no abuse in her, whatever.
There was. They just didn't show it. An uncle beat her one day or something. Shadow, Green Hornet, Dark Knights number 3.
Is good. Is not great, but is good.
King's Watch number 1.
It's kind of almost the other thing. This is also good, but it would confuse me because it takes place in today, but Flash Gordon hasn't become the Flash Gordon yet. He hasn't left for Mongo, but apparently Mongo is part of the threat coming to Earth. So I was very confused as to when this takes place. Is this a whole separate reality from all these other crossovers with these same characters? I don't know.
Is this a story about the Phantom?
Mostly.
Is Billy Zane in it?
No.
Oh.
Unless he's secretly under the mask and we just don't know yet.
It'd be awesome if it was Billy Zane. Yes, I've seen that movie. Bionic Man 23.
He keeps talking to a... I try to read this periodically. I mean, they send it to me, and I loved the Bionic Man show. But he keeps talking to, like, a flying My Little Pony. That just kind of... I don't know if he's the only one seeing it, if it's actually... I don't know what's going on. But it was in the other issue, too. I don't know if it's like... Is it happy?
This is horrible.
But I don't know why My
What's
Little
its
Pony
name?
is there.
Because IDW owns the rights to My Little Pony, so is it like
this is
My Imaginary Pony?
Yeah, it's not My Little Pony. It's the small horse that I own. Small horse of mine.
What, did we not feel like putting the covers up on these two? Deja Taurus and the Green Men from Mars, number 6.
This is good. I love this series. I think more than most of the other. You always go straight for that.
Look, they know what they do putting this on the cover.
I know, but these covers are at least, they look like old pulp novels.
Really, what's the first thing you see when you look at that cover?
They look like big fat green guy.
Really? That's what you see?
I do. I'm selective.
You're a liar is what you are.
And I'm a lot of things. I'm multifaceted. But this story...
No, you don't get to hold them. You said something, I forget what you said.
This story is really good.
You sang a song or something.
I sang from
Look, you want to lose
Schoolhouse
speaking
Rock.
privileges? Stop.
But the last issue ended when I was like, why the heck was she doing that? Because she had Taurus Tarkus arrested. But this explains it was really more of a put him under protective custody kind of thing, and that's why she did it. So it was good. It was good.
Shadow 17.
Oh, I like the Shadow. This is getting down. Next issue is going to be the final showdown between Shadow and the girl, the female that says it called the Light, and that's going to be good.
Solomon Grundy is really quick.
It was
Very sad.
It had his origin.
What happened to the baby?
And I don't know.
Seriously.
It had his
Orphan baby.
It had his origin, and it had the pickup, because in the regular Earth 2, they knocked him into space and broke his connection with the Green, but he kind of falls to the Earth like a Solomon Grundy that falls to the Earth. And to the Gray, he was connected to the Rot. So now he's back from outer space, and he just
Smallville 17. This is my last show. Smallville 17.
Smallville 17 continues to introduce Wonder Woman. Is good. It's Brian Q. Miller. So really, that's all you need to know.
Archer and Armstrong, number 13. I haven't read this yet.
Oh, this is good. And Armstrong's brother.
The Eternal Warrior?
No, the other one. It's one of the other brothers.
The other Eternal Warrior?
He's very eternal, not so warrior. The eternal philosopher.
The Eternal.
But Archer's brother keeps dropping his, because he's from displaced in time, he knows things that they don't know yet. So like he sees Archer and he sees Armstrong and he's like,
I've seen this.
He's like,
wait, I didn't read that part. I read the part where he met Archer last issue.
Well, this one he gets up to his brother. He's like, you look great. The nanite body looks exactly like your original. He goes, my what? And he goes, never mind. But there's a rift between Archer and Armstrong, and that is the girl, Sister Maria, that is
crazy.
Yeah, well, Armstrong kind of sleeps with her.
Nice.
And kind of breaks little Archer's heart.
Nice.
So,
well, not that nice, but nice.
So
Eternal Warrior.
Everybody else trying to catch up to him next month. Eternal Warrior number 1. Origin, good. Eternal Warrior's Eternal Daughter, not very nice. And there's just a whole lot of stuff going on.
This doesn't take place yet.
It
currently.
does and it doesn't. That's the Unity peak.
But
it does both.
Court of Owls has Avatar art, is the nice way to say it. The art's not very good. I'm not reading Talon, so this, I don't know what happened. There was a lot of talking. that I didn't process.
This was really good. It looked into the court themselves and their history, and sets up more for what's going on in Talon with Talon's renewed war on the entire Court of Owls within Gotham itself.
Mighty Avengers, go ahead, make your joke.
I was just wondering.
I'm not encouraging this joke at all.
if Superior Spider-Man is going to get kicked off. Well, he's not really on the team, so I guess it doesn't even matter. He's really there to antagonize the team and play up his superiorness.
I'm not part of this.
But I think when Miles Morales comes through, they won't need Superior Spider-Man to hang around anymore. Because they can have the... This book was really, really good. Even though, people on the internet already bitching about Greg Land and his photo, and they're all saying he uses the same photos for the same
I
people.
thought Greg Land was doing Iron Man.
He was, but he penciled this. But Jay inked it, and Jay Leestein, he's a great inker and a good guy. I had no problems with it. I don't really know who Greg Land is. He was doing most of the Marvel stuff when I wasn't reading it, so I know people like to bust on him for something, but I have no problems. And the art was really nice. It's really clean, and that's what I like. And basically, it's a team that it starts out with Heroes for Hire falling apart on themselves for various issues.
Part of this? Just as Kane?
Mostly as Kane. And then
That's stupid.
you have the weirdest costume for, I guess it's whoever's going to become the new Ronin. He's currently Spider Hero, because that's the costume he grabbed at a costume shop. So it's a sort of Spider-Man, and of course it makes Superior Spider-Man go nuts.
Oh, you're not supposed to have books. You're done.
And it was really, really good. I like Mighty Avengers. I like it.
Riddler 23.1.
Did you read that?
Yep.
It's good.
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Riddler plays
one.
everybody.
I'm trying to remember it.
And including himself, because he started out playing solitaire in Arkham years ago, and a guard beats him up and says, "You're not allowed to have cards," and takes the cards. And this is basically like the 2.5 years later, 5 years later, Riddler gets everything that's done in here is Riddler getting revenge on this guy who took his card.
If you're reading year one, you want more Riddler stuff. There you go.
It's so good.
Lobo.
See, DC ripped me off.
They didn't rip you off.
They did.
They didn't rip you off.
You said they did when we were up there. Now you recanted. Look at this guy. He's like a politician.
They didn't rip you off.
He's on their payroll.
Because
I wish.
when they solicited for this, they showed us Lobo. And they talked about Lobo.
They're still showing you Lobo.
On the cover. It's true.
He's in here.
And then they did their whole look. We've got a whole real Lobo. That's not Lobo. That guy's just calling himself Lobo. So I ordered this for Lobo and got not Lobo.
You got Lobo.
I got it.
You just didn't get as much Lobo as you wanted.
I got a fake Lobo. The story itself was okay. It wasn't great. It was a very passable, decent Lobo story.
Look, there's
I don't
Lobo.
understand why.
I don't see why you're having a problem with
I don't
this.
understand
He's right there.
why
you got
they had
your
to make-
$2.99 worth right there.
Why that's in my $2.99? Why they had to make it this whole other Lobo thing and
No,
for
you don't get to look at him.
for a
You're setting.
The woman who wrote this kept saying in her I forget
Was
her
it
name.
how was it? Anna
No,
setting?
no, she's
Margaret.
yeah, and she was talking about she was discovered for her writing. They chose me because I can write dark, and there is a moment of, I guess, a family thinks Lobo's their savior, and it turns out he's not. And I suppose that was the big dark twist. But really, like I said, if they had just kept it regular Lobo, this would have been, it was a decent issue. But I don't understand why they have to do the Lobo not Lobo thing.
Mr. Freeze.
I didn't read it.
Oh.
It's all you.
Wow. Anyways, we read Batman Annual #1. This takes place more. What are you doing?
I was making a Batman come. Skulk, skulk, skulk. I am the night. Swear to me.
This is a continuation of that. So if you like that annual, this is a good place to pick up. I'm trying to think.
Who
It
wrote this?
doesn't directly tie in with Forever Evil, though. I don't know. It would be nice if they put the freaking names on the cover.
They hide them. Sometimes they're in the front, sometimes they're way in the back.
Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti. How did you not read
What
this?
the son of a... Now I gotta read that.
Liberators. Liberator. Number 3. This was your book. Don't look at me.
It's alright.
Alright. X, babe.
It's good. This is like X versus some angry soccer moms with who love to curse and try to kill people, and X is still messed up.
I call that Palm Bay.
the previous It's just still messed up from the previous issue, so his game's a little off. But he's a thinker, so he takes up for it.
Ballistic #2.
This book is such a mind. I mean, I love it, but here's all you need to know about. Here's all you need to know about this book. My favorite comic of 2013, Grant Morrison. That's all you need to know. It's his favorite comic.
It's enough to pass. Reverse Flash. I haven't been reading Flash, but I know enough about this guy now to still not read Flash. Because I don't care about this guy. I just want Wally. This is not Wally. This is some douchebag who's like his dad or something. I don't. Is it his dad? Is that? It might be his dad. I don't know. I just want Wally.
Wait, is this guy the other West?
This is the other West, yeah.
It's
like his backstory.
Is he the Reverse Flash?
Yeah. It's his story on like why he's now Reverse Flash and how he has daddy issues. Go figure. A DC villain has parental issues.
I'm telling you.
He pushes down the stairs. At the very end, though, it's kind of funny though. Oh, this is pretty cool. DC Comics unleashes Reverse Flash.
Yeah, they're always doing, but Flash covers used to do that. But these guys are great at is Piccione doing that? Yeah.
All I know is Christos Gage is writing an issue coming up. What up? Sidekick. You should read that if you want. No. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It's just
Sidekick is good. That boy's got some issues. And
still watching his girlfriend have sex? Ex-girlfriend have sex?
No, but he tries macking on his former hero's his hero's girlfriend. And there's this weird chick whose power is basically.
Why is she behind? That's weird.
That chick comes into his room. He doesn't know she's there. She makes him forget all their encounters. But while they have sex, she feeds off all his bad emotions, and then leaves him not remembering that it ever happened. And she waits till he. Yeah, but like a creepy bad emotions argument. You know, they feed off the whatever. But this one's limited to your. It's like, oh yeah, I'll come back for more pain and suffering later. It just leaves. So he has no idea he gets laid regularly.
Clone
which
10.
I guess adds to the pain and suffering. What is this?
Clone 10.
Oh, Clone. This book is so good. And the whole status quo just went, what? But this book is amazing. This book should be like an AMC TV show. It's that amazing.
Brain Boy 1.
I love this book. This was so good. He's like a secret agent.
That was a fake laugh?
No, that's a genuine. It was my asshole laugh, but it was a genuine laugh. And this book is so good. He's like, he's this mind-reading CIA agent that they've loaned out for this mission to be security for a leader from the UN, but everything goes wrong. He realizes someone's about to throw something at the guy. He pushes him out of the way. It's a jar that hits him. It ends up being full of, they're like, oh, is this full of, acid? He goes, no, it's full of piss. So he has to go take a shower. While he takes a shower, the guy he's supposed to be protecting is gone, and everyone else has had their mind wiped. So he has no idea where it happened. So he's following residuals and hunting things down. And in the end, you find out. Well, by the end, you find out what's going on and it leaves you with a cliffhanger for the next issue where he realizes, wow, he's in a lot more trouble than he thought. But this was so good, so good.
Mongol.
I didn't read mine. I read part of it. We gotta overkill the Black Mercies already? Really?
I read that story like 5 years ago. Fearless Defenders #9.
This is good. The boys show up. Basically, all their former and/or current lovers show up and seem to be led by Venom under the impression that this is a bad idea.
In here. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's Annabelle. I forget her name.
Like I don't want names.
And she's the one that's merged now with
Venom. All your brains, head boy.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. But yeah, the boys get together and think, we're going to stop. But the bar, they're bitching about waiting for the girls to show up because the girls are fighting a bunch of villains on their way to meet them. The bar there is run by the former superhero Shamrock, and she eventually is like, you guys are such whiny babies. Your masculinity is threatened by a team of all girls. And Venom's like, is that what we're doing? I didn't think that we... But so, yeah, basically it's all the boys thinking, and then... Boom! You get the fight comes to the boys, and the girls are like, "Stay in here. We'll keep you safe." And the boys are like, "What?" And it's really, really good.
Resident Alien.
Oh, I love this book. There's a group determined to find out to track him. They've labeled him Icarus. They don't know They haven't met the alien, but they know there's an alien on Earth. He's investigating a murder that's now taking him out of the comfort of the tiny little town he's in, and he's heading to Seattle, where more than likely someone's going to start to figure out that he's an alien.
Avengers Arena number 15.
Sad with a character I didn't even know I cared about having bad things happen. Some cool stuff, and whoa, that
you heard it's canceled, right?
Well, it's ending and it's supposed to be leading up to something else.
You heard it's canceled, right?
It's not canceled.
No,
they're ending it.
They're not ending it. It's canceled. It was
the
selling
opposite.
13,000 books.
But
it got canceled.
It sets for the next whatever. Well, I don't know. I wasn't. They sold 13,001 this month because I usually don't buy it.
No, they sold 13,000.
I got sucked back in when Christos Gage and Carl came on. Damn you, Carmeline. And now I'm stuck reading it because it was good.
Zod number 1.
Story was okay. Apparently.
Oh, I gotta be nice during this.
Well, you can say you can say what you're thinking of your Greg Pak. The art was gorgeous. The Greg Pak story. I like Greg Pak, including on the I like some of his DC stuff. This I was a little confused. Zod was kind of like the Green Arrow of. He had the Green Arrow origin story of Krypton, but Ken Lashley does the art and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I see you dying over my description of Greg's story, but yeah, it was okay, story wise, and it was gorgeous art wise. So there you go.
Avengers 19. I didn't read this.
I did.
I'm kind of giving up on Infinity.
Yeah, I don't remember. I read these Infinity books and I don't remember anything.
Thank you.
And they're set up weird. And
Hickman
they do
is
these
really good in
like
trades.
2 pages and like
independent stuff.
Yeah, and I don't remember what goes on in there.
That's
I do know.
I like
what's
that
Jason?
I didn't read it.
Who's no in Guardians of the Galaxy? Who's the leader of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Star-Lord?
And his dad is a douche. And even more of a douche in this. While everyone's making a plan of what to do, he goes, okay, and he sneaks over here, and he calls the bad guys on their other plan. He's like, hey, I can tell you they're making a plan to destroy you. I can tell you where they are. I can give you all sorts of information. And they're like, we don't need you to tell us. We just track this signal, and we know where you are, and we're coming. And he's like, oh, shit. So he hangs up, and he runs back to the Avengers and the Inhumans and the guy. He's like, they're coming, but they're already there, and just like, that guy's a douche.
Guess what Harley Quinn has? Daddy issues.
Yeah.
There's the book. Brainiac.
Brainiac was better.
He's look at that wizard pose. Tell me that's not a wizard pose. Fucking Voldemort. This is Voldemort. This isn't Brainiac. This is Voldemort attacking Superman.
It was Brainiac. It was a good story. It was Tony Bedard, so of course it was gonna be good. But also
Voldemort.
Tony managed. He's to introduce the son of Brainiac, who's apparently bottled at the moment on part of the hell's the Kalu was their word, the guy for the Kaluans. So they're yeah. So it's like Yar Kalu or whatever the planet's called. So yes, Kaluas. They're all like drinking mudslides and
White Russians.
But so Vrildox, as in Legion and Rebels, Vrildox is there as an experimented on kid. He just happens to be stuck in a bottle. But we've got potential seeds have been planted for some Legion.
It won't happen. I'm just saying. Can
you just give me like a little bit of glimmer of hope? I'm grasping at straws here.
Infinity.
And you're knocking my straws all over.
What are they hunting? They're grasping at straws.
It's.
Is it like duck season or wabbit season?
It's the aliens from the invasion. What happens is all the different schools in. It was weird. I liked it, and it's Matt Kint, but it had some weird moments. I don't think professors of special schools get up and during contests announce we've been having truancy issues just to give you a tie-in to the fact.
This came out like 2 weeks ago. We reviewed that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. I reviewed it.
No, we didn't.
I know I reviewed that book.
No, this is the new issue that just came out this week.
This came out 2 weeks ago.
No, I never read it.
We got more of these in because we got 20 short. 2 weeks old, right?
Yeah.
Well, we never had any on the show.
Yes, we did.
Well, I'm still talking about this.
No.
So they
X-Men Battle of the Atom, Chapter 3.
They get the kids
This
together.
involves people from the X-Men in it.
They get the kids together on this from the different schools, including they introduce some new schools. But then the aliens come. Atlantis has a school, but they never get to show up because the aliens basically destroy Atlantis. No.
There can only be
but
one Atlantis.
What made me happy for this book was it's got Quentin Quire, who at this point is one of my favorite mutants. However, it's Quentin Quire acting more jerk Quentin Quire. I mean, he's always a jerk, but there's been some evolution of Quentin Quire in Wolverine and the X-Men, and this kind of sets him back several months or whatever. But so it's supposed to be a friendly competition of like the Tri-Wizard tournament of Marvel superhero kids schools.
Look, Voldemort's in
but
DC.
instead
He
of giant
can't be
alien,
Marvel.
instead he's everywhere.
No, he's in DC. They got the rights to him.
He went from he who cannot be named to he who cannot be contained, and
He's
and
in
now
DC.
Voldemort sent Thanos' warriors to Earth, and the kids have to stop him.
No, he did not. He's in DC. Look at him.
That's why they will
DC.
never suspect him.
Voldemort. Children of the Atom 3. Wait, Battle of the Atom 3. Damn you and your children.
Bunch of Atoms is good. I liked the first two better. It has.
I want to do a quick Thanos Rising review. I don't want you to say anything.
All right.
Well, finish your
So
Atom thing.
young Scott and young Jeannie are a little closer than they've been in previous, and everyone's trying to figure out what to do. And the only characters in here who are making sense, as far as I'm concerned, are our timeline, Kitty Pryde, and Rachel Summers. So is good.
Thanos Rising number 5 came out 2 weeks ago. Walking Dead 114.
We didn't have.
Yes, we did.
You sold out. We didn't have a copy here, and we didn't have. Plus, 2
It's
weeks
not my
ago,
fault you
it was,
don't add to your
2 weeks ago was
subscription
still shows of just me, so we didn't
All right,
have it on the
he's
show.
angry. Death is a lie.
Yeah,
It's not his real girlfriend.
yeah, that's.
He didn't get enough cuddles as a kid or have a stuffed teddy bear. And this leads up to Infinity, sort of, kind of.
Makes more sense in Infinity.
Walking Dead 114. This is for All Out War. That's all you need to know. Just buy this. Ezekiel has a fucking tiger. Captain America.
It was good. It wasn't great. It was good.
This book thing.
This book thing was awesome. All right, this is from Titan Books, and it's Turbulence by, I'm gonna screw this up. I was gonna say Samit Basu, and this is so freaking good. It's like Wild Cards taking place in India. There's a plane going from England to India, and something happens. No one on the plane remembers what happened, but they all end up developing powers. A guy in the Indian Air Force starts hunting these people down and either finding the ones he can use to make his ultimate army, or killing them if he can't use them. He also just kills all the British ones because he wants India to be the powerful group. But another group of people who don't want to be either killed or collected rise up to kind of take him on. There are some seriously cool characters in here. Tia has like a multiple man power, but she uses it. She's like everywhere and learning all these new. She uses it very much like Peter David's Multiple Man, where they're all out learning skills and then they reabsorb for a while and whatever. But the whole time all this is happening, there's another her that is always home with her family and her kid.
Is Voldemort in it?
Voldemort is not in it.
Are you sure? Because it's Marvel and DC now.
He never made it. Voldemort never made it to India.
I feel like he did. It
But,
just wasn't documented.
The author, Mr. Basu, over here knows his comics. All right, he's familiar. He makes a couple of references in there. He's listed in his bio as a comic fan. It's really, really good. It's real world superhero concepts. It's powers in the real world. It's better than Heroes. It's more like I said. It's on
Hero
par with
season
Wild
1
Cards.
was solid.
Oh yeah, it's.
Hero season
I'm waiting.
2
There's a
when that
sequel
writer
coming out.
strike happened.
There's a sequel coming out in July to this, and
Like next
I've already
year,
got
July?
this is character
Like
Veer.
10 months from now?
I think next year July.
Yeah.
And
You made it seem like July was sooner.
no, that's why I gotta wait. Because Resistance comes out next. There's a
People
girl.
resistance.
There's a little girl who was on the plane who loved anime, so now she has the power. She actually
That
becomes
sucks.
an anime character and just makes these giant weapons. But her eyes are huge in anime when she looks like a cartoon when she's using her powers. There's a guy Sheer who has this big tiger head and is just super strong. There's just this book was so good, and you've got them. They're clearly outgunned, and they try and rebel, and it doesn't always go well. They lose. They lose a lot of peoples. But this was really good. I'd had this for a while, but I hadn't had a chance to read it. And once I picked it up, it was just I just poured through this, and it took me.
How do you pronounce that name? Oh, you already passed it. It started like a Z.
So the name that threw me the most is, I don't know how, is it J or Hi? How do you say J-A-I? Is it just J?
I don't know.
But he was the soldier who starts collecting everybody, and his basically it's psychosomatic again, like similar to wild cards, where your powers are, you get powers similar to how you see yourself. So the Air Force guy who wished he could fly can fly. The soldier who wanted to be the perfect soldier
Jared's just
becomes like
to the
invulnerable and regenerates, and he's just unstoppable. The girl who wanted to become an actress has the power where at first, and anyone who sees her kind of falls in love with her, and her power eventually increases. I won't give it away, but they eventually figure out that her power, she's even more powerful than they realize, and that kind of takes place over the course of the book. It's really good. You should read the Turbulence Titan books. Go get it.
Speaking of Harry Potter, did you see Daniel Radcliffe is in Joe Hill's Horns movie?
Yes, I did.
Harry Potter is now a bad guy, sort of. He has horns.
That's the did he or didn't he?
I like when he's stoned, but he's not stoned when he eats the thing. It's like
they think
that's my favorite part.
They think he killed his girlfriend, but he doesn't remember, and then he gets horns and goes looking for the truth about what happened to his girlfriend.
I know. You just have to read the book or see the movie. I know something about a book you don't. What?
The world has ended. All right, we're done with you, internets.
I miss my animal crackers. They're all gone.